It doesn't matter what position one
You
is.
need to sit, if the knees don't like it, it becomes a problem.
Yeah, that's understandable. There's certain positions, even for this body, is that are not so good anymore,
Oh, okay.
physically.
So just so long as you get into a position and you just stay there, whatever transpires.
That's right. So it's being still and being aware and being comfortable.
That's no problem.
So when I used to or to sit or practice stillness, everybody begins with whatever position that is the most comfortable for them. And from that moment on, 1 hour, nobody moves. So basically you come to see that comfort moves to discomfort, and from discomfort you move to comfort, and it's all the comfort and the discomfort is of the mind.
So even as Miriam was mentioning, if there's some, you mentioned there are some positions that are uncomfortable. If you sit in them long enough, they're not uncomfortable anymore.
Right, you lose it.
You lose it.
Yeah. The thing is that you start when it's comfortable anyhow,
Okay.
and the whole stillness is just for you to be able to witness anything that arises within. So you don't need to, that's not necessary, as long as you have that attitude, being willing to be still with whatever arises. Now, being still is your nature. Being stillness itself is who you are. So you just, if you don't recognize, at least stop the body for a moment and recognize what arises mentally within you or emotionally within you. Because that which is watching it all is you. People even get confused on that because they start to be fixated on not moving physically. Okay, this is just like a doorway, an entrance, and then they turn it into achievement. How long did I sit still without moving? Okay, so now what, you'll put it in your resume?
No.
You understand what I'm pointing at?
Exactly. I said before I was comfortable, right? And then my knees started throbbing. I'm not moving. I watch it. I had a hot flush. I'm not moving. I watch it. So that's the process. Eventually, there won't be a hot flush, or there will always be a hot flush, but it doesn't matter.
What I can only share what I experienced, and I've witnessed others and what they share, that eventually anything that is trapped and comes into the surface doesn't replay itself.
What about hormonal response? The body.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, you're trying to heal the body.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll tell you something. The body is not here to be healed. It is here to pass. True healing is of the mind and beyond the mind.
Okay, I take that.
Yeah. Because all bodies are here to
Yeah.
pass through here. And then we fixated so much on the body, and then we forgot whereas the real healing is mentally. Because the illness is mental. When I identify myself as a separate entity, this is the disease. Awareness. When I return to the natural state of being, which is the identity of yourself as pure awareness, this is sanity. Sanity, that's health, that's healing, or whatever word one wants to give.
The body is of no consequence.
Yeah, the body will,
Do its thing.
yeah, actually sometimes, and that's not a promise, when there's no interference, the body can regulate itself in the best manner. Usually, and even that, there's nobody says there is a happy ending, yes? Because the mind is like, oh, happy ending.
Only America.
Yeah. It means that a lot of the times because the mind reacts to the bodily sensation, it interferes with the prana working in the body. So that's why also we have deep sleep state. Healing, a lot of healing happens when we don't interfere. So different things get people to get them to sleep really heavily, deeply, and then the energy really working efficiently, it's healing the body. So healing animals, it happens too. If an animal is injured, what you would see it go to find a place that it can hide, quiet, and sleeps a lot and rest and rest and rest. It's going through a healing process. It doesn't even eat. That's natural. We just forgot even this simple thing. Because I've met people that they get the idea for them to rest makes them sick. They like resting. No, it's depressing for them to rest. No, resting allows everything to settle. And when true resting happens, resting of the mind within yourself, this is eternal resting.
All spontaneous healing that we record in books and everything else is because of what you just said. That's the mechanism, if you want to be so crude to say mechanism.
Yeah.
That's how it happened. People, women that with breast tumors and all that, they shifted their attention so away from the physical form that the healing took place. So it's resting.
Yeah.
So
There was an Indian woman, she wrote a book, she was already on her deathbed, and she left the body, and instantaneously she recovered, and then the body took it few weeks to really, yet when she came back, she knew she's cancer-free, she healed. Because where did the healing took place? In her mind, on the subtle. Mm-hmm. So Nagaraj has an interesting approach, which I think is also natural. He says, if the body has a disease, support it from the external and go through the healing mentally. If the body has a disease, because the body is already food, it's a modification of food, support it with food, can be herbs, medicinal, from the external, and the healing process mental. Like if the body is bleeding, stop the bleeding, and now go through the healing process mentally. Just as an analogy, and I think it's complete. So he didn't say negate, because people say, if I'm not the body and the body is sick, so what do I do? And then I tell them, take some herbs, and say, except I'm not the body, so okay, you don't understand really what's going on. See it as a complete. The body is food. Food is actually perceived through our senses, which means it is an objective object. So use the external that would support the healing process, mental and emotional, on the subtle.
So the healing process can be helped, it can be done through silence and going through the sensation.
Yeah. It can be through even on the subtle directing healing energy. Yeah. Let's say you see energy and you direct it into the body.
That's what energetic healing is.
And the energy.
Auto-suggestion, sapas.
It's also, the healing is mentally.